Um, what's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of Nana? Yeah.
When I first think of Lori, the word that comes to my mind is thoughtful.
Supportive.
Creative.
Generous. Someone who's more than generous.
Caring.
Compassionate.
Thoughtful.
Loving.
Friendly.
She is the friendly best neighbor ever.
She is kind. She is giving.
Giving.
Giving
person. She's my second mom.
Thoughtful.
Happy.
Caring.
Loving.
Trustworthy.
Bloody kind-hearted.
Awesome.
Supportive.
Supportive, yeah, that's a good word. Loving.
Fun-loving.
Kind.
Loyal.
Thoughtful.
Talented.
Family. She's my family.
Lori is a super mom.
Hey, Mom. Mom. Okay, my second question is, what was your first impression of my mom?
Party animal.
She
That
was
was the
good,
first
she was fun, she was...
She was too good for our son. She was too good.
My first impression of Lori. Well, I was 5 years old.
When I first met Lori, we were in Waterton, and we were about 20 years old.
She wasn't as cool as she is now, I will tell you that. But she was always the big sister I always looked up to, so I always wanted to be her friend. I always wanted to do everything she was doing.
We were pretty young, but of course we thought at that time we were pretty mature. We had a lot of fun in Waterton, a lot of crazy times, but a lot of good times. We did work hard, but we also played really hard and loved it there.
When Lori and I first met, I couldn't figure out why she didn't like me. She clearly liked my daughter and all the other people around us, but she didn't like me. And how the hell does that happen?
This lady is super chatty and super busy. I think we're going to be great friends.
And what? Sorry. One more question. What is your favorite memory with Nana?
Would be having her at Oakland's birth. It was very special to have Nana in the room with us. Yeah, it was.
I remember when I was directing Aladdin and I said, I wish I could have this princess tea. And Lori made it not only come true, but turned it into this massive event. And nothing would have happened if it wasn't for her belief in others, in me, and her hard work and dedication.
Well, I'm thinking recently of all the time she stood with me for my treatment.
When my mother died, Lori was right beside me while we waited through her last breath. She cared for me and she cared for my mom.
When I got separated and was responsible for my kids 5 days a week, I had been living with them in a basement suite for a while, and she came out to help, knowing I was totally overwhelmed.
Sitting in a camper in the Yukon after I just had a really tough race, and her being so kind and caring and absolutely being there for me when I was in one of my lowest points.
Something was going on with Bella and she was acting like super weird. And I was getting really worried about her. And your mom immediately called me. She's like, I'm coming with you to the vet. Come pick me up. And like no hesitation, no questions asked. She just said, and it was late at night too. She just sat there with me, making sure I was okay. And they're just there for me and just talked to me and just kept my mind off of things.
When we surprised her in Canada a few days after she arrived home from Australia, she had no idea it was coming.
She's very caring and always there for us when we need her.
When I was under 10, one time Lori sat in the front seat, which of course I wanted to sit in the front seat, so I called her a bitch. Mom was beside herself. She didn't really know what to say to me. Actually, it was not appropriate to call my sister a bitch, and then told me what a bitch actually was, a female dog in heat.
Every one of my life's big moments has included Lori. Whether it was when my mom and dad were getting separated and having a divorce, when I was the Miss Enderby princess, when I graduated university, when I got married, when I had my baby. There's not a major moment in my life that hasn't included Lori, and I'm thankful for that.
All the way from the airline losing our backpacks and having flight delays on the way there, to the National Park Canada red chairs on the edge of the cliff, and Lori bringing me soup when I couldn't manage to get out of the tent to to get dinner after a long day. Lori laughing when she received threats that Tori placed in her carefully measured Ziploc dinner bags. Pulling ourselves and our gear across rivers and little cable cars. To the beauty, the challenge, and mostly the sisterhood we developed.
My dog Bailey, who she called Belly, would always run over to her house, run away from my house and go to her house. I don't know why. Probably because she's one of the best people around.
Was when Sydney was in grade 6, Lori was her homeroom teacher and was definitely one of her favorite. I am sure it is why Sydney is a teacher today.
That time we were sitting in an attic together and laughing so hard, tears running down our faces. I thought she was going to have a heart attack.
What I love most about Mom is how similar her and I are. And as I grow older, how much more similar we become.
She's always been giving and looking out for other people.
One of the things I absolutely love about her is her laugh. That authentic, real laugh that ultimately leads to tears.
I love that she gives me guidance, but also lets me learn things on my own.
I love her support and encouragement. I love how adventurous she is. I love her laugh. I love her stories.
Probably 90% of her life she's spent time doing things for other people just out of the goodness of her heart, not because she has to, but because she wants to.
We can be ourselves around each other. You get me, I get you. We can talk, cry, listen, and talk about anything together.
Miss Lori is the kindest person I know.
She's always making sure my mom and I are okay. We have everything we need. She's always thinking of the little things for us. I know for a fact if I ever needed her, she would be on the next flight out, no matter what. I just know for a fact that I could call her for anything I needed, and she would be here for me.
Lori isn't just my friend, and although we joke about being sisters, she really is more like a sister than a friend to me.
The biggest thing is that no matter what's going on, no matter how long it's been, no matter where we are, I know that when we reach out for each other, we're always there for each other. And that is an amazing gift that I have always loved having in my life.
Thank you so much for being my friend and for everything you do for everybody around you. You touch so many lives.
I believe if Lori loves you, you have been given a spectacular and unbelievable gift.
I think that everybody can agree that when you meet Lori, you know she's a keeper.
You guys are like a second family to us.
Merry Christmas, Lori.
Merry Christmas.
I love you, Lori. Merry Christmas.
I love you, Lori.
Love you, Lori.
I love you, Lori.
Love you, Lori.
Love you, Mom.
I love you, Mom.